Hi, I'm Valeri from Jira Life, and I'm here with a special guest that I'm honored to have, Reena, Atlassian VP. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You asked me earlier, what is my elevator speech? Give us your elevator speech.
Yes, of course. Hi, I'm so delighted to have the opportunity. First of all, thank you, Valerie, to talk to you all. My elevator speech. So, currently, I'm VP Tech at Atlassian. I lead ecosystem and marketplace engineering. Essentially, my customers are all developers outside Atlassian who are building on top of Atlassian to make themselves and their teams more productive, or maybe even their customers. So, we have a lot of our customers who build, their day-to-day workflows on top of Atlassian to extend what Atlassian doesn't give them out of the box and maybe make it customized for things that they need in their day-to-day flows that they are needing for their productivity. Or there are also developers who have made businesses out of this and are actually listing their applications in our B2B marketplace. And customers who need those products are able to just find them and utilize them just like the Atlassian products. The neat thing about it that I hear time and again from our customers is that they find these to be so seamlessly working for them that they just love that part, and they can't tell oftentimes where Atlassian boundaries end and where the app boundaries start. And that really is, I think, the beauty of the space here. But at the same time, we know there are lots of things that we can be doing more of. So that's what I'm excited about, is how can we make things even better for our customers. What brings me here to Atlassian, what I really enjoy is all of this opportunity of enabling a lot of others outside and making their day-to-day much easier and better to work with.
And so, what are the opportunities in this space? So, systems integration is huge, and we're kind of creating this ecosystem. And you said seamlessly, like people wouldn't see the seams. What are the opportunities? Where are they seeing the seams now, and where could we do better?
See, Atlassian products are great. They, out of the box, we provide a lot of different features and a lot of customizations for teams to be able to make it their own. At the same time, we recognize that each of the teams are not working just with Atlassian products. They have a lot of other products that they work with because, they have other parts of their business, their workflows that they are depending on other SaaS applications, maybe inside that they're built by their teams or maybe built by other vendors that they are working with. And how do they integrate and make those workflows connect together? That's the seamless part of it. And then of course, how do they extend also to make themselves kind of more productive? So how do they use maybe things that they hadn't done before or Atlassian hasn't provided yet? There are possibly workflows that you'd want to be able to do with your CRM systems, with your legal systems, with your finance systems that you want to be able to integrate with. And we have a lot of apps that are available today in the marketplace to make it happen, but then there's so much more opportunity to make that happen as well.
Yes, and we find I work with a lot of enterprise services, and what happens to their workflows is they get very siloed. So right now I'm working with the finance team, and they were siloed off in their financial products. And if they got into an ecosystem that has a system of app and a system of work, it would enhance and speed up their creation, their ability to leverage data. So I like that you're here. I like that that's one of the initiatives that you're focusing on. What is your vision of success? Like, what if you did hit it out of the park? What would you envision for this space?
See, what I'd love to be able to see is that all of our products are extensible. We know there are gaps today and there. Is how do we make our products extensible so that others can build on top of them? So that's one. And the second is how do we make those developer workflows much easier and better? So we serve a lot of the pro developers, but how can we also serve all of the business users so that they can come in and use low code, no code, or AI assisted tool sets even to be able to build and extend on top of it. So that's really kind of my vision and the North Star that I'd like us to take us there, so that we are enabling every builder out there, everybody who has an idea or has something that they think is inefficient in their processes today, that they can make better.
So I've done a little homework on you, and you've gone from Amazon, Microsoft, Atlassian, and you even have 3 patents out there. There are a lot of people in the marketplace that get a little bit nervous about AI, about the direction of where technology is going. What advice do you have for people that can help them along their path?
Yeah, see, that's the neat thing about technology. It's always changing and it's kind of getting better every day. So when I started in the industry, We didn't have Wi-Fi even, so we'd actually move around with big laptops, maybe sometimes, but you always had to tether them in. In fact, I worked in the team that brought Wi-Fi to the masses in the Windows space. So that was kind of one of my first few years of working at Microsoft. So technology is always evolving, always changing, and that's what is inspiring and great to be here rather than being scared of it, right?
Right.
And that's why when I look at AI, I see a lot of possibilities. It's like that's what I was talking about. How do we enable this now for the business user who hasn't really written code ever and doesn't need to even, because we can bring the technology to them, but they can be just as productive and they can find new ways of being productive. And that really is the beauty of technology. That's what inspires me and keeps me here in the industry.
I was going to ask that earlier. I was like, you've accomplished so much in your career. You could just retire. What keeps you innovating? What keeps you in the industry? So you told a little bit about that. What else? Is there anything else that keeps you drive?
Yeah, so I think for me, it's about, first of all, just about customers. Like, when I see people who are satisfied and happy with things that we are producing, that, can say that, yes, I did that, or, my teams did that, or I had something to do with it, that makes me proud and happy. So I think I live for those moments. I have to tell you that. That's one. And the second is, of course, just the new technologies inspire me. And then the third thing is around people. Like, if I'm working with smart people and alongside smart people who challenge me to think more and differently, then I feel like I'm growing and I'm learning something new every day. That's what keeps me around here, because then you're right. Otherwise, I could just be in a shell and not learn anything new.
Yes.
But that's not kind of what will make me happy. That kind of has to satisfy my intellectual food for thought
Satisfaction.
as well.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. It has to give me that.
I'm always afraid of intellectual death. Like, to me, irrelevance is not like, I'm introverted, so like being in the corner in the background does not bother me whatsoever. But intellectual death, like the inability to not grow intellectually, that actually scares me.
Exactly. And that's why I think that, of course, AI is getting to the point that it can give us all the answers. At the same time, for how do we keep ourselves learning and using the AI in a way to help us keep learning? I think that's the important thing as well. It's like, yes, we should use it as a tool. It should not be a master.
Yes, absolutely. People first, then the AI. You've heard it here. Like, please do keep learning, keep progressing.
Keep learning and progressing. And I do worry about it. Like, there are these studies now that there are kids are getting lazy and not really learning because they're like constantly, oh, I can look it up, and like I'm not learning. Like, yes, maybe they don't need to learn that, but they need to learn something else that is creative. So something else that's keeping them kind of engaged and sharp. That's what we need.
Yeah, critical thinking skills.
Exactly.
That's a life skill. Like, you have to maintain your critical thinking, no matter the AI or the other tool. We had this issue when Google first came out, and you could just literally Google it. But how do we keep on top of the human first and the AI or the technology as an enabler? Now, you are involved in an angel investor group. What do you look for? Atlassian has a huge startup community. So what do you hear that like?
Yeah, see, that one's definitely more of my personal side project, nothing related to Atlassian. It's more of just, a passion of mine that I'm starting to dabble into, is like, how do I enable others now that, I have the means to, as well as the desire to. And in that one, of course, really the idea is also related to my personal passion about enabling more women. And it's known in the industry, with there's lots of data points around it. You can look it up, around how female founders don't get as much investment as male founders do. So this is one small way that I can give back, and I can kind of enable others to be successful. And really the intention is, yes, of course, it's business, and how do I find those business opportunities that can enable really smart women out there to be able to build businesses themselves, and I can be on the cheerleading side of that.
Yes. Okay. This is a passion that we share. So we connected over Chief, right? So this is an organization that is for women. It is for successful creatives, executives, those who are leading the wave. You trailed a path to get where you are. There's just no way around it that you could not have traveled a path with Amazon, Microsoft, and now Atlassian. There's just too few women in technology, and there are women in technology that are coding, that are creating amazing things. How do we amplify their voices? How do we prop each other up? So it's a passion that I'm passionate about. ConnectCentric is we're female owned, female operated, female leadership. What message do you have who someone is struggling to not necessarily the glass ceiling or to follow a path?
Yeah, first of all, I'm so proud of you guys at ConnectCentric to have, this immense female leadership around there. So congratulations. It's not easy to do oftentimes, and but this is great that you guys are doing it. So here, of course, what I would say is that we just have to support each other and be there for each other, as well as I think it's also the question that each one of us gets said a no or some negative response every once in a while. It's like, yes, you will need to kind of, I guess, develop a thick skin, or just say, well, yep, it doesn't matter, I can move forward from it, or I can find other ways to be successful. I think each human actually deserves the opportunities and has the right to be successful in their own way, and it's up to us to kind of go find that and support each other in doing that.
Yeah, there's no one path. We can all have, there are many paths.
There are many paths.
And we can find various different ways to support each other.
Exactly.
One of the things that I appreciated in meeting you was within the first 10 minutes, complete stranger. Yes, we're connected through Atlassian and through Chief, but you were like, and what can I do to help you? Even just hearing that, it changed, like, gives me goosebumps. It's a completely different vibe of, we're competing against each other, or we're here for one person's goal and the other person's goal. It's overlapping and saying, how can I support you? What is the message that I can support? I have the Jira Life platform. They have lots of viewers. People are continuing to tune in. So I wanted to get you on Jira Life so that you can see all the people out there. Thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you, Valeri, for the offer and for the opportunity. I am so delighted to be part of your community and to kind of give you this particular platform as well. So I think you built this for yourself and for others, and I am so happy to be able to support it.
And I'm no way near on your level.
Oh, come on.
No.
We do not discount ourselves.
Oh, see, even that. You're like, you don't discount yourself in appreciating others, but you are still an inspiration. So keep inspiring others. Keep on. I love that you're approachable. One of the things that I love about Atlassian is that we can talk and have meetings with every Atlassian on every different level, that everybody's approachable and they're willing. And I rarely hear a no, but when I hear a no, there's always a but after that. But we'll figure something out, or have you thought of this? And I can't thank you enough. I can't thank Atlassian enough. So let's keep the conversation going, and I appreciate all your time.
Thank you, Valeri. I appreciate it.